like to greet everybody with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you're the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like me, like my YouTube channel, which is Raymond, R-A-Y-M-O-N-D, Ivy, I-V-Y. I encourage all of my family and friends to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free, where you can see some of the things me and my children has been going through down here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. Tonight happened to be Friday, December the 4th, 2020, time of the change, time of the vision, time that this year is almost finna be up. The time being about 5:35 p.m. All right now, I want to reassure all of my family and friends and all of my positive supporters. I had an individual from Canada that told me that I have supporters and fans over there on my YouTube channel. They like the way that I conduct things down here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. Some of y'all have been kind of worried about an incident that happened about 2 days ago, December the 2nd, 2020, where it wasn't the first time, probably not even the second time, maybe several times that a neighbor next door came out and threatened me, merely because of the fact that I either didn't want an animal of theirs in my driveway, destroying my vehicles, or people that goes over to visit them to ring my bell and run out of my driveway and run in their house. And when you tell me that I can't call the police, or if I do call the police on the individual that comes trespassing on my property, when you tell me that when I call the police about somebody that I don't know is trespassing on my property, not just trespassing, but with a hood on their head, I don't stereotype that. With a mask on their face, I don't stereotype that with this pandemic going on. But you know, if you take a good look, this is all over my property. You know, I don't know if people can read it or not, and I'm not trying to be funny or not, but I even tell law enforcement officials that don't have a warrant, don't come on my property, because there's probably only one, maybe two in the Charleston Police Department that I trust, and they're not black. In the Sheriff Department, it may be one that I trust, maybe two, you see what I'm saying? And they not black, well, they don't have any black sheriff deputies. And I encourage other people, if I don't associate with you, you don't have my phone number, you don't regularly come to my house, don't come on the property, don't even hang around it, because I'm not gonna come on yours. But let's start right here. If you can see this sign clear, it says private property, no trespassing. On the other side of here is another sign just like that. We're gonna go back here to the back. This one is kind of tore up, but it says the same thing. No trespassing. You see this little metal piece right here? On the other side of it, it says no trespassing. And the reason why I built this fence is because a few years ago, another individual that used to live in the house, which me and her is cool now, but her children kept coming over, destroying stuff in our yard, and I had to put that up. If you notice this, no trespassing. If you notice over here, no trespassing. If you notice in the back, I got lights like this here in the back and got security cameras all over the house. This is something that when I grew up in the most infamous, most notorious housing projects in the United States on the near north side of Chicago, Cabrini Green, we didn't have to have none of this. We didn't have to have fence. We didn't have to have no trespassing signs. We didn't even have to have alarms on our cars. We didn't even have to lock our cars. We didn't have to have deadbolts on our doors in the house. But for some reason, it seemed to me that some people, when you're not born and raised here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, some people feel because they have large families that if their family member, not all now, if the shoe fit, wear it, not all, but if some of their family members do something wrong to you or a trespass or something on your property, and you react by telling them what you're going to do to them if they don't get off your property or call the law enforcement officials, they always, with me, they always have a habit of saying, what them and their family going to do to me. For some reason, they think I'm alone. One thing is, the individuals that's been doing this, and some police is a part of it. Some of these preachers is a part of it. All you have to do is look at some of their Facebook pages. You see what I'm saying? Look at my YouTube videos and see how some of them laugh and joke. The one black one and some of the other white ones. You can just take a look anytime that I do something, I'm gonna be locked up. But when somebody else do something to me or my children, ain't nothing happening. Now, I'll give it to the one police on the Charleston, Missouri Police Department. He does his job by writing the report. It's up to the prosecuting attorney, even his chief, which his chief rarely even sign or approve any of my complaints. Even the city attorney, when you seen what this guy did a couple of days ago with these threats talking about wait till my uncle come or come in the streets, somebody else did the same thing when I went to press charges. They locked me up for videoing one of the individuals that's in their circle, the president, black NAACP president, which he wasn't the president then, but he was in the circle. He's in the circle of Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center. He in the circle of the Lincoln University, Southeast Missouri extension. He's in the circle of the 33rd Circuit Court here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. He in the circle of the present Mississippi County Sheriff here in Charleston, Missouri. He's in the circle of the chief of police here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, and amongst a lot of these other white and black preachers. Because if you look at it, here it is, you have individuals talking about Charleston for change. Here it is, you have individuals talking about they got an organization here that's consisted of all them people that I just told you about. In the name of the organization, supposed to be a Charleston, Missouri unified coalition against violence in Charleston, Missouri. But where have they been when this individual was threatening me and other individuals threatening me? You know where they was at? Sitting back laughing, hoping I pull out a gun and blow somebody's brains out so they can lock me up. You see what I'm saying? They were sitting back laughing and joking as if it was a game. They didn't care about the feelings of my two young daughters. They didn't care about my daddy, a 93-year-old World War II veteran. You see what I'm saying? Who fought against this racism or this injustice. They didn't care about that. But I thank all of you, even y'all in Canada, even y'all in London, Britain, and everybody else, and especially my Cabrini Green family and friends and my Southeast Missouri family and friends here in Charleston, Missouri, Southeast Missouri, St. Louis, and Kansas City and the other places. I must do what I have to do as a man. You see what I'm saying? If I listen to what some of these people tell me down here in Charleston, Missouri, that call themselves tough, then I might as well tell my daughters and daddy, I'm not a man. Y'all need to go somewhere else. Peace be still.